Once upon a time, in the quiet village of Bukuru, in Jos, Nigeria, there lived a beautiful girl named Hadiza. Raised by a single mother, life was never easy for her. She grew up without knowing her father, as her mother never spoke about him, no matter how often Hadiza asked. Her mother worked tirelessly, doing everything she could to provide for her daughter. Despite her struggles, she managed to send Hadiza to secondary school. However, after finishing secondary school, Hadiza's dream of furthering her education were dashed. Her mother simply didn't have the money to send her to college. In their local market, there was a man named Usman. Usman was a tomato trader, hardworking and determined. Like Hadiza, he had grown up without the opportunity to attend school due to his family's financial situation. But despite his lack of formal education, Usman was doing well in business and believed deeply in the power of education. He often said, "Education opens doors that nothing else can." One day, Usman met Hadiza and he was immediately captivated by her beauty and intelligence. They began talking and soon their friendship blossomed into love. Not long after, they got married and Hadiza gave birth to 2 beautiful children. Usman adored Hadiza, and when he saw how passionate she was about continuing education, he decided to help her fulfill her dreams. Even though it meant using much of his savings from his tomato business, Usman enrolled Hadiza in the College of Education in Bukuru, their hometown. He wanted her to achieve everything she had always dreamt of, even though she now had the responsibility of raising 2 children. Hadiza worked hard in school and excelled in her studies. She was grateful for Usman's support, and for a while everything seemed perfect. But in her final year of college, things began to change. She met a man named Alhaji Bello, a wealthy fabric merchant who was much older than her. Alhaji Bello was rich and charming and introduced Hadiza to a life of luxury she had never experienced before. Expensive clothes, fine dining, and fancy trips became part of her new reality. Before long, Hadiza began to feel that her life with Usman was no longer enough. She wanted more than the simple life they shared. Alhaji Bello offered her a world of wealth and status, and she was tempted. Despite knowing it was wrong, she began an affair with Alhaji Bello. He had been married before and had grown children from his previous marriage, but that didn't matter to Hadiza. Blinded by the luxury and attention, she made a life-changing decision. She left Usman and their children to be with Alhaji Bello. Usman was devastated. He couldn't understand how the woman he had loved and supported could abandon him and their children. He begged Hadiza to return home, but she refused. She was enjoying her new life with Alhaji Bello and didn't want to go back. Heartbroken, Usman focused on his children, raising them alone and doing his best to move on from the betrayal. Determined to improve himself, Usman enrolled in evening classes. He worked in the market during the day and studied at night. He also made sure his children were well taken care of and they excelled in their school. His hard work paid off, and soon a new opportunity came his way. An international organization was conducting a project in the north and needed a Hausa Fulani interpreter. Usman's name was recommended because of his dedication and fluency in the language. The project was successful and the organization offered Usman a permanent position as an interpreter. This opportunity changed his life. Usman and his children moved abroad where he could provide them with a better life. He continued working hard, ensuring that his children had every opportunity to succeed. Meanwhile, Hadiza's life with Alhaji Bello was not as perfect as she had imagined. At first, she enjoyed the luxury and the attention, but soon things began to unravel. Alhaji Bello's grown-up children started causing trouble, and Hadiza found herself in constant conflict with them. The love and attention she once received from Alhaji Bello faded away. He became distant and eventually he found a new, younger woman to be his concubine. Hadiza was no longer his priority. Her life became a living nightmare. She suffered emotionally and physically as Alhaji Bello's family made her life difficult. Years passed, and Alhaji Bello's health began to deteriorate. One day, he collapsed and the doctor was called. After reviving him, the doctor gave Hadiza shocking news. Alhaji Bello had HIV, which had developed into full-blown AIDS because he had not been taking his medication regularly. His condition was worsened and he didn't have long to live. Hadiza was terrified. Not only had she been living with a man who had kept such a terrible secret from her, but she now feared for her own health. One day, while going through Alhaji Bello's document to find something for his manager, Hadiza stumbled upon something that would change her life forever. She found an old photograph of a woman she recognized, her mother. Confused, Hadiza confronted Alhaji Bello about the picture. It was then that the terrible truth came to light. Alhaji Bello revealed that many years ago, he had been involved with a woman in Jos. But Hadiza connected the pieces of the story. She realized the horrifying truth. Alhaji Bello was her father. She had unknowingly been in a relationship with her own father. The shock of this revelation was too much for Alhaji Bello to bear. His heart couldn't take it and he died shortly after. Hadiza's world crumbled around her. She had lost everything. After Alhaji Bello's death, his children and first wife took all of his wealth. They left Hadiza with nothing. No money, no home, and no inheritance. To make matters worse, Hadiza had contacted AIDS from Alhaji Bello. She struggled to get the medication she needed, but was unable to afford it. Her health quickly deteriorated and she became sick and frail. With nowhere else to turn, Hadiza made the difficult decision to return to Bukuru. She had heard that Usman, who had built a successful life abroad, was visiting the village. Desperate and filled with regret, Hadiza decided to seek his forgiveness. Life lessons. 1. The danger of hiding sensitive secrets from children. Hadiza's mother chose to keep the truth about her father hidden, which led to devastating consequences later in life. While some secrets are kept with good intentions, children deserve to know the truth about their family, especially when it involves something as crucial as their parentage. The lack of transparency can create confusion, emotional turmoil, and unintended consequences in the future, as seen in Hadiza's tragic discovery. 2. The consequences of abandoning one's responsibility. Hadiza's decision to leave Usman and her children for a life of luxury came with a steep price. Chasing material wealth at the cost of abandoning those who love and depend on you can lead to long-lasting regrets and emotional scars. Relationships, especially with family, are built on trust and loyalty, and once broken, they are hard to repair. Take-home questions. 1. Do you think Hadiza's mother should have told her the truth about her father earlier? 2. What are the long-term effects of abandoning family for personal gains? And is it ever too late to seek forgiveness? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Please share your answers to these questions in the comment section below. Additionally, let us know what you think about the story. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more engaging stories.